previously, George, we've spoken about the importance of sleep. And I think a lot of people are going to say, well, that's well and good and fine, guys. But, have you got any ideas about what we can do to actually help get to sleep better or improve our sleeping pattern?
Look, I have clients who say to me, life, I've had sleep issues. And we actually, we rectified it. And one of the things that works really well is it's like a form of meditation.
Yeah.
Our brainwave state when we're stressed because we're worried and we're thinking about things, the brain ain't going to shut down. So here you are laying in bed, and why would you want to do that? So you get out of bed because you hate this feeling of you can't sleep. And some people will toss and turn for hours before they'll fall to sleep. Brain training actually seduces the brain and slows it down so that you can't have polarized fight or flight thoughts. So, and eventually it's literally bringing you down to the theta brainwave activity that is light sleep and then deeper again. So I find a lot of people have relied on that brain training to help them sleep much better.
And I mean, in simpler form, things like deep breathing or mantras.
Well, actually, that's a natural. Deep breathing sends information to
You to be on the alert.
Exactly. So even deep breathing alone and being disciplined to maintain it will actually help.
Yeah. The difference for the body between being asleep and being awake is that the conscious mind is switched off.
Yeah.
Everything else is, to a degree, business as usual. Your heart pumps, the kidneys work, all these other parts of the body are still going about their business. The brain is still active at a subconscious level. It's thought that the brain organises some of the ideas and materials of the day. It does a bit of a clean up. Really, nobody completely understands this. But the conscious mind is switched off, so you're not taking in external information.
That's right.
Now, if there's a loud enough noise, you'll wake up. So it's even the senses are still working, but their threshold is high. You probably won't hear a whisper when you're asleep. Some people will say they wake up at the drop of a pin. It's going to take more. So it is about slowing down that conscious mind. And if you go to bed and you've got thousands of things racing through your mind, then sure, it's going to be a little bit harder to get to sleep.
Another idea I give a lot of clients is write down everything that's on your mind. And that way, your brain's kind of has been rest assured that it's going to be addressed when you wake up. So just purge it all out and go, okay, I now know that I'm not going to forget these important things. And they're written, and now I'm going to sleep knowing that I'll wake up. And also, that's a good thing, because when you externalize it and you detach, your subconscious will probably start to help process, and you end up waking up with great ideas to solve a lot of these problems. So it's actually
there's a number of things that can help people get into a sleep pattern, and it can take a while to get a sleep pattern re-established if you haven't had a good one, and people for various reasons might not have. Things you can do during the day, so away from when you go to bed. That's some regular exercise is good for helping sleep. Not eating a big meal late at night, not having caffeine in the later part of the day. Even for some people, cutting down a little bit on fluids in the end stage of the day, so you're less likely to have to get up a few times at night. Being wary of other stimulants, and even alcohol. A glass or two is not a problem, but too much can actually impact on your sleep. So all of those things can help. Guided meditations or relaxation, just those things. Dealing with matters of the day, switching off screens at least half an hour before you go to bed, so you're not being stimulated.
But what are you going to do for half an hour with no distraction time? That's a very scary thing for a lot of people.
A little bit like if you play sport, you'll have a warm down after the game.
Yeah.
Like all the professional footballers, they don't just sort of walk off the field and go straight into the cars and go
home. So should you be doing stretching exercises beside your bed for half an hour?
Yeah, you could do a bit of yoga if you were that way inclined.
All right.
But your nighttime routine, it is important it's going to sound really obvious, but have a dark room. Dark tells the brain it's nighttime. A nice bright screen tells the brain it's still daytime.
This habit of scrolling through Facebook and stuff just before you sleep is not helping at all, is it?
So have a routine. Aim to go to bed at around the same time each night and up at the same time each day. It's not a religion. You don't have to be that strict. Switch off screens before you go to bed. As I mentioned, have a dark room. Have it quiet. Maybe if it helps you against the quiet, have some very faint, forest music, whale music, something like that that's consistent. Chamomile tea can be helpful as a herb.
I was about to ask you.
Herbal calmatives that are okay.
Okay, because that if you're having a warm beverage that in some way is stimulating whatever chemicals help you.
Can do. Lavender and chamomile have the supporters. Candle scents, some people find helpful. Find what works for you. Probably not a double espresso before you go to bed. I'm not sure I'd recommend that as a warm drink option.
Even in the afternoon, Joe.
Can do. Some people are sensitive to caffeine.
Yeah, so if you're drinking caffeine in the afternoon, it actually may have an effect late that night.
Now, I should at this stage say on my website, I do have a page with some sleep tips that people can go to, drjoe.net.au.
Sure.
Be prepared to give it a couple of months. If you're not sleeping well, it's not going to happen the first night.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't sleep that well during the week and you get a chance to catch up a little bit on the weekend, it's okay.
Yeah. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like Healthy Minded, please subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, and share with your friends. Please put comments below whether you agree, disagree, if you've got topics you'd like for the future. And until next time, stay healthy minded.